Now we are going to see Aribabai, buy. So far, whatever you have seen, Ariba spend management is called strategic sourcing, and this is part of upstream solution. Whatever now you are going to see, this is called downstream, where the process is follow the down cycle of a project. In Ariba buying, what kind of activities we are going to see? So the first thing is requisition. Requisition consists of a catalog items and non-catalog items. So what is catalog item and non-catalog item? Catalog item, in simple term, which contains some details about your product or services, which will brief from which supplier we can able to buy, what is the units of measurement, what is the part number and supplier description. That is what you are going to find under catalog item. That is predefined details. Whereas non-catalog item. If the item is not available in any of your catalog, then you will be creating a requisition with non-catalog item. That means currently that item is not available in your system. You are going to add new requirement. So what kind of a non-catalog item we generally found? For example, service related. So something rent, you are paying, or electricity bill, you are paying. These are all you will not find as a catalog items. So what kind of items you will be find under catalog? Maybe materials, chemicals, raw materials. All these things can be added into a catalog item. So again, catalog are having multiple catalog. One is local catalog and supplier provided catalog. So the local catalog means whatever the catalog as a buyer you are uploading, and that will be available for the end users. Those are all local catalog. We will talk more about this catalog when we are talking about the catalog items. So basically, the requisition will consist of either catalog item or a non-catalog item. Once the requisition is prepared. So with either catalog item or non-catalog item, once you select, it will ask additional details of accounting information. So why it will ask accounting information once the purchase order is made? So where it has to be appointed. Whether it is a cost center purchase order or fixed asset purchase order, internal order-based purchase order or WBS-based work venture system-based purchase order. This information is needed when the finance department processes the. So accounting information will be asked as soon as you select that item, and then you will be clicking on a submit. As soon as you submit, it will trigger an approval process. So approval process can be defined, which is nothing but your workflows. Ariba is very, very flexible in your workflows. So you can create a condition like, for example, if PR comes from particular region, I want this person to be approved. The PR value is greater than 5,000. This has to be approved by some other department. If PR consists of an accounting information WBS, I want WBS owner to be approved. If PR consists of a. What else? Material category as a service. I want service manager to approve. Like that. You can define n number of approval flows, maybe up to 50 or 60 approval flows. Then approvals will be sent once the requisition has been submitted. That we are going to see in part of approval process, how we are going to create and manage approval process. We have already seen different types of approval process. What is called serial, parallel and custom. Similarly, you can also define your approval process for your purchase requisition. Whatever you are creating approval process that is called approvable document. Approvable document. So what are the approval documents? Receipt requisition. Requisition and invoice, reconciliation user profile. These are all called approvable document, and you can able to define approval process for all these types of documents. We are going to discuss that as part of approval process. Now where we are. So requisition will consist of a catalog and non-catalog item. Once you select the item, the system will ask for additional information based on your requirement, accounting information, and also ship to information. You can select for which plant and where the delivery address has to be done. Once you prepared your line item, you can submit your purchase requisition. In your requisition, generally you won't find the supplier detail. Why you don't find the supplier detail? Requisition can consist of multiple line item, and it is possible that one requisition can contain multiple suppliers also. For example, you are creating one line item for vendor A, second line item for vendor B, and you can submit your requisition for one approval. Once the approval is done, POs will be created. 2 POs will be created. One for the supplier A, second for the supplier B. It is not possible to use the same purchase order number for multiple suppliers. So this is again an interview. Question will come. Can I have multiple vendors in one requisition? Then your answer should be yes. You can have multiple requisition, but POs will be created multiple. You can have one P.R. with multiple vendors, but PO numbers will be created multiple. Then there is also one more interview question will come. Can I create purchase order directly in Ariba? No. You cannot create purchase orders directly in Ariba. There is no way you can create. It all starts with the requisition only. Once the requisition is approved, then that will automatically convert it into a purchase order. You will not have an option to directly create purchase order. All the purchase orders in Ariba will flow through requisition only. It will be linked with the PRPO. Then after the PO, you will do the receipt. Then you will do the invoice and you make the payment. This is full cycle of a P2P cycle. Purchase requisition, purchase order, receipt, invoice and payment. The PO is completely depending on P.R. Now my P.R. is. I have submitted my P.R. for an approval. So after approval is done, then a PO is created automatically. PO is created automatically and it will be sent to Network Ariba Network. From there it will go to the supplier's Ariba Network. All this will happen in a fraction of minutes. So within a quick time, as soon as the submission is done, Ariba will process one by one step by ordering. So it will go to the ordering state. Once it finds the supplier, it will send to the network. It will send to the ordered status. Once the supplier receives the PO, the supplier can give a confirmation by accepting the PO by using order confirmation. Or it can also provide advance shipment notification also. Depending upon this is not mandatory. These are all optional steps. So once the supplier acknowledges, you can do that. Similarly, a copy of the PO will also be transmitted. It will also be transmitted to your ERP system. So you can have an integration scenario here where you want the PO number to be generated in your ERP system, not in Ariba. You can define that. In that case, what will happen before PO is created? It will send to your ERP, get the PO number and use the same PO number in your Ariba also. So that you will have uniformity in your PO numbers across your system. Maybe you are using Ariba only for indirect spend, but for direct spend you are using your SAP or Sarana. So you want to maintain the same purchase order number sequence? You can use that. So once Ariba is you are integrating with your ERP system. Then a copy also will be sent to the ERP system. So then again, you can decide where you want to do the next step of activities, receiving an invoice. You can do parallel. You can do receiving in both Ariba and in your ECC or Sarana. Or you can allow only to do the receiving only in SAP Ariba. This is all possible to decide.